The whispers had become knives. At every family dinner, someone hinted. My mother-in-law's glances and sympathetic smiles came with advice to try harder, and all of it cut deeper than words.
Even my husband, once gentle, had changed. His touch grew colder, his patience thinner.
I don't need any tests. I'm 100% fine. But I had done mine, and they said I was healthy.
So one morning,
Now, I sat in Dr. Malik's office, my heart thundering as he walked in holding an envelope.
Mrs. Bennett, you should prepare yourself.
just tell me.
The results are conclusive. Your husband is completely sterile. The air vanished from the room. All the blame was never me. My pulse raced as the words, completely sterile, echoed in my head. I swallowed hard, forcing myself to speak.
Doctor, is there anything we can do? I thought. I couldn't tell him. It would destroy him.
Dr. Malik sighed. There's one possibility. Medication and IVF might work. It's a long shot, but not impossible.
Hope flickered in my chest. Let's do it, I said without hesitation. Whatever it takes.
Weeks blurred into tests, hormone shots, and endless clinic visits. I prayed with every heartbeat, the secret weighing heavily.
A month later, Dr. Malik smiled. Congratulations, Mrs. Bennett. You're pregnant. My breath caught in my chest.
For a moment, I couldn't breathe. I left the hospital with trembling joy, rehearsing the words over and over.
I couldn't stop smiling on the way home. My hands stayed protectively over my stomach.
Tonight, I would finally give him the news he'd waited for. But the house was empty, and he was nowhere in sight. I checked my watch. It was nearly an hour past his usual time. Then faint voices.
A woman's voice spoke, soft and unfamiliar. My husband laughed, saying how happy my pregnancy made him.
Those words broke me. My knees buckled, and a sob escaped before.
I clamped a hand over my mouth, desperate to flee. Footsteps. The door swung open with force. My breath caught, my heart stopped. I couldn't move. The scene before me shattered everything I believed. The betrayal was finally revealed.
It was his ex, the woman he once swore he hated. My chest tightened as her face twisted into a mocking smile.
Oh, she's here. I was just telling your husband about our baby. I stumbled back, stunned and trembling.
When did you two get back together?
At least she can give me what you couldn't.
Tears burned behind my eyes as they laughed. My heart, once full.
Something inside me snapped. She's lying! You can't get anyone pregnant! You're sterile!
The silence was deafening. His expression shifted from shock to fury in seconds. I felt the danger closing in. Before I could react, a sharp sting exploded across my face. The room spun as I cried, heat burning against my cheek.
I stared at him through tears, realizing the truth was far uglier than I'd imagined. The sting on my cheek still throbbed as they stared, shock melting into smug amusement. Their cruel.
Sterile? He scoffed. What nonsense! You're a liar, pathetic and desperate! Her voice wavered, betraying nervousness.
They expected sobs, pleading, the shattered version of me they'd always known. But I didn't give them that.
Instead, it's
The laughter stopped, and I was no longer the same. My eyes were cold, my voice steady, void of any emotion.
Happy married life, I whispered with a devilish smile. Every ounce of love and sanity burned away.
I turned on my heel and walked downstairs without another glance, leaving behind the room and the life they tried to trap me in. I headed straight to pack my things. For the first time in years, I felt free, moving forward on my own terms. My heart raced as I reached for the doorknob, desperate to escape the suffocating air in the house that now felt like hell. Before I could open the door, Vanessa blocked my path, her triumphant smile daring me to challenge her.
I told her I was done, that I was packing my things. My voice was steady, though my chest felt tight. She smirked, saying I couldn't leave until signing the divorce papers. His cold voice cut through the hallway, demanding I wait. I muttered, "Fine," and stepped back into the room, circling vultures, raining insults as my heart shattered into pieces. I stared at the floor, heartbreaking. I had given him my love. Tears burned behind my eyes, but I swallowed them down. I would not let them see me crumble, not this time. Then a sudden knock echoed at the door. Vanessa's sly smile widened, and I felt the tension spike in the room. The knock came again, sharper this time, and moments later the door creaked open. His lawyer stepped in. I picked them up. Each page felt heavier than the last. By the time I reached the end, my stomach was...
No house, no savings, not even a piece of the life I had helped build. Why?
He didn't hesitate. "Because you're worthless," he said coldly, his eyes empty. "A good-for-nothing woman who deserves nothing."
Vanessa's laughter rang out cruelly.
Poor Emily, she mocked. Not even worth a penny.
For a long moment, I just stared at them. The pain was still there, but beneath it, "You'll regret this."
Then I took the pen, scribbled my signature without hesitation, and turned away. I didn't look back as I walked out of the door. 5 years. It felt like a lifetime, and in many ways, it was.
The plane doors opened, and I stepped back onto familiar soil with my head held high. In one hand, a suitcase, 4 years and some months old, curious eyes, the same stubborn chin as mine. I inhaled deeply, feeling the city air fill my lungs. Everything looked different now. Or maybe it was me. I was no longer the woman who had begged for love. I was Emily Lawson, first-class honors graduate in fashion and design. A dream I had once abandoned because he said a wife's place was at home. And now, I had a job waiting for me at the most prestigious fashion firm in the country. I smiled down at Lena, her tiny fingers tightening around mine. "I told you, baby, we're not coming back broken. We're coming back unstoppable." As I walked towards the baggage reclaim area, I felt reborn, ready for everything ahead.
The past 5 years hadn't just been about healing, they had been about becoming. Studying abroad wasn't easy.
There were nights I cried myself to sleep. Mornings I doubted everything.
And when the doors of Maison de Vaux swung open to welcome me, I promised myself one thing. I would never shrink again.
2 months. That was all it took. 2 months of sleepless nights, bold designs, and fearless presentations. Before long, people began whispering my name. My creations weren't just clothes. They were statements.
Emily, my creative director said, "Congratulations. You've been selected to showcase your collection at International Fashion Week."
I walked through the atelier that day with my head high. The woman they had dismissed as worthless was now the rising star of couture. The world at large was about to hear my pretty name. Strong, bold, and unstoppable, I had finally arrived.
The 3-day fashion event became everything I dreamed. A whirlwind of lights, applause, and moments that felt unreal.
By the 3rd day, success lifted me higher, not just from praise, but from knowing I achieved it alone. Backstage, I rested with Lena on my lap, her tiny joy grounding me in the middle of everything.
She imagined glitter, wings, and sparkles, reminding me creativity begins with...
In her laughter, my heart overflowed, picturing a future where we create together.
Mid-laughter, everything stopped, as a familiar presence returned, reshaping the moment I thought was mine.
Daniel looked nothing like I remembered, his confidence gone, his appearance worn, his presence heavy with regret. When he fell to his knees, shame unfolding in public, my skin crawled with disbelief and buried fury. I tried to walk away, desperate for distance, but the past reached out and refused to release me. His gaze shifted to Lena, and in her wide eyes, I saw recognition he couldn't escape. I pulled away and walked forward, Lena's hand in mine, leaving him swallowed by noise and flashing lights. The night blurred on, praise and applause fading into distant echoes I could no longer feel. All that remained were questions, circling endlessly, and the image of a man who looked defeated.
Later, I carried Lena home, city lights passing by while my thoughts drifted somewhere darker.
Alone at last, I searched his name, and what appeared on my screen stopped my heart.
I blinked at the screen, doubting my eyes, until the name beneath the banner confirmed the truth. Vanessa Roberts appeared everywhere, polished and smug, now crowned chief executive of Bennett Industries. Article after article revealed he signed everything away, once praised as love, now exposed as a fatal mistake.
She had returned to finish what she started, taking his empire before leaving him behind again.
The consequences echoed everywhere, legacy erased, heir disinherited, the entire Bennett fortune gone. A week later, Daniel was everywhere, lingering near my life like regret that refused to disappear.
One evening, soaked in rain and remorse, he dropped to his knees, desperation written into his posture.
I looked at the man I once loved and felt only bitterness where devotion used to live.
He had broken me for years, never knowing that while he chased lies, I carried his child. As he begged for forgiveness, I knew he lost that right the moment he abandoned us.
It began with a knock one cold morning. Daniel standing there again, this time flanked by a lawyer.
His presence carried a threat, a decision already made, as custody became his latest weapon. His presence carried a threat, a decision already made, as custody became his latest weapon. With nothing left to lose, his desperation hardened into a fight he believed he still deserved.
I stood firm, knowing I held what he never could: stability, love.
For a second, his old arrogance returned. Then reality crushed it, leaving him smaller than ever.
As the door shut, my heart raced, knowing this fight had only just begun.
The audacity was almost laughable. A penniless man hiring the cheapest lawyer to demand paternal rights.
He had nothing to offer, no job, no support, yet still believed entitlement alone would carry him. The court demanded proof, and science confirmed the truth he clutched like a lifeline.
He ran to the press with borrowed grief, painting himself as a father cruelly denied.
I faced the camera steady and unshaken, exposing the abandonment, denial, and violence he left behind. By morning, the internet turned ruthless, branding him exactly what he was for all to see.
As I tucked Lena in, a chill settled deep, knowing desperate men never surrender quietly.
Desperation has a scent, and Daniel reeked of it. His life was falling apart. He lurked near us, slipping a toy into Lena's bag, each attempt more unsettling. My lawyer filed for a restraining order. For a few weeks, he vanished.
Then one evening, as rain lashed against the windows, the nightmare arrived. I ran into the living room and froze. Daniel stood there, holding our terrified daughter.
Put her down, or you'll regret it. Before I could move, sirens wailed outside. Neighbors had seen him break in.
Lena clung to me, sobbing. This wasn't love, it was obsession. I was done being his victim.
The police sirens faded hours ago, but Lena still trembled in my arms, holding on as if letting go meant losing me forever. She refused to sleep alone that night, her fear clinging to me stronger than her small hands ever could. I told her she was safe, even while doubt clawed at me, whispering that the danger wasn't truly gone. Daniel was charged, yet the custody case reopened, his lawyer calling the kidnapping desperation instead of cruelty. Therapists helped Lena draw her fears, and every picture broke my heart while fueling my anger even more.
He played the victim publicly, crying to cameras, pretending love while rewriting the truth for sympathy.
The court delayed custody, ordering evaluations, and for now, Lena stayed with me. As she slept beside me, a summons arrived, reminding me the fight was far from finished. By morning, my face was everywhere, our private nightmare dissected by headlines and strangers.
They debated my life like entertainment, turning pain into spectacle, exactly what I never wanted for her.
Daniel cast himself as tragic, claiming loss, rewriting history with tears meant to deceive.
I finally spoke, telling the world how he abandoned me, denied me, and tried to steal my child.
The tide turned overnight, voices rising together to protect Lena instead of tearing us apart.
In private, Lena told the judge her truth, fear trembling through words no child should say.
Her courage sealed our first victory, visitation denied, safety finally acknowledged. Desperate lies unraveled when another truth emerged, and the world turned away from him. Just as the storm seemed over, the final hearing was ordered, and Lena would have to testify.
Vanessa's lawsuit didn't just take his money, it erased the man he pretended to be.
When I took the stand, I didn't seek revenge. I only told the truth.
I unraveled them and the heartbreak he left behind.
Lena's drawings spoke louder than words. Just a mother and daughter. No father. The media consumed him whole. A legacy destroyed. From respected CEO to criminal.
His lawyer walked away. The fraud was undeniable. Still, he begged for another chance.
The judge ordered one final evaluation and gave my daughter the right to speak.
At home, Lena chose courage. She wanted them to know she was finally happy.
I protected her without hesitation.
He didn't deserve her, and he never will. The courtroom felt frozen in time as he walked in thinner, older.
It was time for Lena to speak, and the world around her fell completely silent.
In a whisper, she chose love, safety, and the truth she was too young to carry.
Her words shattered him, and no sound dared follow his collapse.
The court listened carefully, knowing a child's truth can change everything.
Outside the courtroom, desperation begged for forgiveness that never came. She didn't flinch, because his downfall was never her doing. The verdict waited, while silence stretched into long, uneasy weeks. As time passed, Lena R's nightmares loosened their grip on her sleep.
Then a headline arrived, shattering the fragile calm they'd rebuilt.
Daniel's past resurfaced, dragging more names down with him. Vanessa's fall meant nothing to her. It never truly mattered.
She never wanted revenge, only to watch him finally suffer.
The courtroom swelled with cameras and whispers, a hunger for justice pressing down as Daniel stood hollow and broken. The judge's words fell like iron, stacking years of punishment until hope collapsed under their crushing weight completely.
Daniel begged without dignity, knees failing, love used as currency against a future already sealed shut, forever closed.
The gavel erased him as a father, severing every legal thread tying him to Lena forever in silence. When he looked back, Lena hid behind me, her small silhouette carrying trauma deeper than any sentence given.
As guards pulled him away, his love echoed unanswered, dissolving into the cold air of the corridor slowly.
That night beside her sleep, fear finally loosened its grip, leaving quiet safety in its place at last.
This was not an ending, but a beginning, where Lena and I stepped into something greater together ahead.
Months passed quietly, old scars fading as Lena healed.
She flourished beyond survival, no longer bound to therapy, joy echoing where pain once lived. I transformed suffering into purpose, building a fashion empire that reached far beyond anything I imagined. With success came responsibility, creating a refuge for women and children escaping every form of abuse.
At our first fundraiser, Lena gave me a handmade card, love written in glitter and uneven hearts. The world praised my rise, unaware this journey wasn't revenge, but reclaiming the life stolen from me.
A global fashion house called, proving dreams once buried were suddenly standing within reach.
Then Lena asked a question that stilled everything. Did our future need more than just us?
The flagship launch felt unreal, lights flashing as Lena walked proudly in a dress I made just for her.
They asked about the past, about him, but my answer carried peace instead of anger or fear.
After the show, Lena clung to me, wondering if freedom had finally become permanent.
I reminded her we were always. The store became a monument where survivors found courage to walk away from their own pain.
Lena wondered why others needed fathers, if happiness could already exist without one.
I held her close, knowing some children are blessed with good fathers too.
When she asked if she wanted one, her slow nod opened a future I hadn't planned for.
That question stayed with me long after Lena slept, echoing like a bell I couldn't silence. We had love, laughter, and safety, yet I wondered if something small was missing from her world.
I'd seen it at the park, her smile fading as she watched other children run with their fathers.
She never spoke the longing aloud, but it lingered quietly behind her eyes.
Maybe she deserved someone steady, someone who would love her without conditions or fear.
But opening my heart again terrified me. Promises once broken had taught me love can wound.
Alone in the quiet, I wondered if it was fine.
I didn't know who or when, only that trust must be earned, because experience had made me careful.